Hey guys, welcome and thanks for joining us. In today's video, I am talking with the great Jerry Meeks. This guy has just incredible powers of nurture and has a very rich history and sales experience, and what he's bringing to us is a technique and a tool that can be used that merges the digital with the non-digital in a way that I really think is kind of unique. It's a great strategy. We talk about nurturing, the importance of it, and we also give you a very unique way to stand out with customers, prospects, and even people in your family. I've used it for that too. So I hope you enjoy this as much as we enjoyed making it. Now let's hop over to the Zoom call. Thanks. Now we're recording. Fantastic. All right.
Awesome.
Hey, Jerry, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you. I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Good, good. Well, I'm happy you're able to make it. Guys, just to let you know, Jerry is become a friend of mine. He's become a friend of mine. I met him probably close to a year ago at our local Chamber of Commerce, and I have just been blown away at his superhero powers in the area of nurture. And believe it or not, the tool he uses for nurturing existing as well as probably new potential clients is not digital. Well, actually, the creation portion is digital, but so it creates a really neat standout way. And I don't want to steal your thunder, so I thought we could. We'll get to that, but let's go ahead and start a little bit and talk about your background. How'd you get into sales?
How'd I get? Well, I've been I got out of high school and got into sales, got into the motorcycle business. Moved in Florida in 1980 and then continued on with the motorcycle industry. I've been around motorcycles for a long time, ridden them and raced them, and so it's been in my blood. And then I got in the auto business and was in that for 25 plus years, and ran across this particular system tool that we're going to talk about today, and really took my business to another level. And now I'm teaching it and sharing it with everyone full-time from my home.
Great. Well, it's impressed me. And for those of you who may not know, when I use the term nurture, and this being a tool for nurturing customers, I found that's a critical component to building relationships. Nurture. People don't tend to fall in love with you or need what you have or have that responsiveness to your message when you first meet. So there's this nurture component. In fact, I wrote a book, and tone, target, offer, nurture, exposure, that's what the N is for, because it is so critical and often left out from most people's efforts. Back to you, Jerry. So let's talk a little bit about
it. Well, how I got involved is I read an article online about a lady that moved from New York to Florida. And she didn't know anybody. Her and her husband moved down here and didn't know a soul. So she got online and started researching some ladies groups. And she found one and talked to this lady, and it happened to be about 60 miles away from where she lived. And so I just read the story, and what had happened is they communicated for a little bit, and she said, well, that's too far for me to travel, to do local community. And so I want to establish something a little closer to my back door. So anyhow, about 4 months later, she opens up the mail, and she gets a card in the mail, a birthday card, and it has a $10 Starbucks gift card in it, and it had this lady's name attached to it. So it doesn't say in this article the company or where she lives, but it's in Florida. So I started digging a little deeper. I liked the idea. So yeah, this lady reached back to this lady that sent her the card. Said, how did you know? We met one time, and you sent me a birthday card with a Starbucks gift card. I mean, why? And the lady says, well, I like to celebrate people. That's just something I do. And so this lady by the name of Jules Price lives in Sarasota. I find out after digging on, and I get in touch with her. And she tells me about this system and this service, and I started using it in my car business. And it just took my business to a different level. And then once I started to really understand the facts of building that relationship with people, and this being a tool that works so easy and simple to do, and it's been proven to work time and time again. So I've enjoyed it. So now I'm enjoying sharing it with the world.
Well, it's really it's made a huge impression on me, and I'm sure a lot of other people that you sent cards to, because you do it on a very friendly basis to just people you have relationships with, as well as people in your business.
Right. Well, that's what it's about. It's 80% relationship building, 20% marketing. You know, just like anything, as soon as you meet someone for the first time, you get to know their background, like what we're doing today. You tell me a little bit about yourself, and you get to know, hey, oh yeah, I visited there and whatever. So you get to build up that bonding.
Sure.
Well, customer's not any different. No, if you don't do that, especially in this day and age, because we're in a customer-driven economy. You know, they run what's going on, and so if we don't take care of our customers on a personal level, and this is an easy way to do that, it just helps cement the relationship, and you'll have a customer for a longer period of time. And a happy customer is going to tell more people about your business. You know, just the way it works.
Absolutely.
So these cards are simple to use. It doesn't take a lot of time to do it, you know, but the impact is phenomenal. And I encourage everyone to, at least look into it, try it, and say it's not for everybody, but it's been proven to work for a lot of different industries all over the globe.
So we're going to get into some examples, because when we just say send out cards, people are like, okay, so I'll buy a stack of cards and I'll pop them in an envelope and I'll send them out, which, hey, you know what? Just doing that, you'd probably be very many steps beyond most people who struggle to communicate with their existing customers or potential new prospects. But this is so much different than that. So much better.
Right. Well, that and the fact that you can do it from a cell phone, and you can meet someone at a meeting, or now with the distancing we have, you still need to reach out to people, but it's a little harder to do it with Zoom calls. Doing that personal touch. Face to face is always the best, but right now we can't do that. But even if you can do that, you meet someone for the first time, send them a real card. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for your time today. And because the majority of people don't do that. So when someone goes out to their mailbox, opens it up, and there's a hand-addressed envelope, it's one of the first things they're going to open up. And if it's a simple thank you card, hey, nice meeting you today, what's that going to do? I mean, that just helps build that, creates that relationship. And then if you stay in touch with them throughout the rest of the year, then you can do this all automated. You can set it up once, and all year the cards go out in what we call drip campaigns, and they're going to tell everyone about it. You're just creating a strong bonding with that relationship by doing that.
Well, let me tell you what I love about it, because I don't think people still don't know yet, but these cards, basically you go online to the system, which Jerry's going to show us in a minute, and you can create these cards pulling in images. I've received cards from Jerry. We're friends on Facebook, where he's grabbed a photo of maybe me with my boys and puts it on the cover, and then maybe puts another one or two on the inside. It could be done with graphics. Gosh, some of you don't know this either, but Gary's a painter. Those paintings right behind his head are ones that he's done. And if he wanted to, he could take a picture of that and make that the artwork for the main thing. Or, not to pitch my book again, but if I wanted to put an adaptation of the cover or a picture of the book on there, and then open it up inside and invite somebody to, so many potential uses. And what I found is that when you get the card, it's pretty much the only thing in the mailbox that you're not going to throw away or isn't a bill. It gets through. It's nice when people wish us happy birthday on Facebook, but this is something.
Yeah, because you do it on Facebook, and it's there for a moment, and then it's gone. But if you send someone a card. Here's one that somebody reads. My birthday was in April. And I posted this picture of our two dogs sitting on the couch.
Oh, they're
and
still
put on
there.
Facebook, but she dropped it in a thank you. Put it right on the front. Now, this template's already made up. And then she just wrote a message in the card and sent it. And it's just, when you make them personal, they don't throw them away. And you can't always put a photo in there. Just the fact that you've thought of another human being, you've made that touch, that personal touch, that bonding is starting. And then you send them a birthday card, an anniversary card, anything else that you can do. 90 days later, just check it in. How's it going? It just cements that relationship.
And not just cards, but okay, the finish on that, it was a folded like that, and they can also fold the other way, and you can have glossy or matte finish, or you can have postcards, or didn't you say there was like a mega card or something like that?
Yep.
Look at that.
A large card, and then that's the
Wow.
back of the card. And you can put lots of different photos in here, and especially now with the kids that have graduated and couldn't walk, with their graduation. We've got special cards designed for people that have graduated it's about them, recognizing them because they didn't have the privilege to walk. Now we can send them a card, tell them about that, and it just helps them to, well, this is you're touching their heart, and that's what it's all about. And this is a tool that I'm passionate to share with a lot of people, and there's not many people that can't use the service.
So tell me a little bit, so we can really kind of talk about the nurture component as well. What have you found? What have been some of your experiences as a result of? And clearly, you've made a big impact on your friends and family, but on the business side, where you've used it to communicate with clients, et cetera, what types of comments, what types of good things do you see happening as a result?
Well, one store when I was selling cars, I was selling the brand Mazda in Bradenton, Florida. And what had happened is I had a gentleman come in. He was about 20 years of age, and he was going to buy a new car for his grandparents. And it was all about safety. Because, as elderly people get going, they can't turn their head. They want all this electronic safety things. And so he came in shopping for his grandparents, saw a car, picked it out online, came in, he touched it and said, okay, I'll bring in my grandparents in on Saturday. So they come in, and after it's all said and done, about 3 hours later, we put the deal together. And then I said to his grandparents, if you don't mind, I'd like to get a picture of you in front of your new car. And they said, oh yeah, make sure you get our grandson in it too. We want him. So now I've got all three of them in front of their new car. I take a picture. While they were there, I found out that he's retired Army. So I grabbed an Army logo and put it into the card. I found out him and his wife been married 66 years. And I found a logo, happily married for 66 years and still going. I put that in the card, and so I sent it to them. And about a week later, I go to their house because just to do a follow-up and go over all these electronics, just make sure GPS and questions. How can I help you? Well, they invite me into their house, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and off to the side, they've got a table, and it's got all their family photos on it. Grandkids, great-grandkids. And there's my card sitting with that photo I took of the grandson and the two of them up with all their family photos. So what I did is I set that information into the corporate office, and they wrote up a big article in the paper about, going beyond the call of duty, and I've told that story I don't know how many times, here I am now. I've only met them just weeks before, and now my card with their photo on the front is sitting up with all their family photos. So they had that much value in what I sent them, because it's pictures of them, the grandkid and them in a car they were proud to own.
Huge.
There's a retirement center in Sarasota that I've been sending cards to. I'm friends with them on Facebook, and they've been posting pictures of people that are celebrating their birthdays. Some of them are in wheelchairs and they're holding up their balloons. So I'm grabbing those photos and sending it in a card and sending it to them, just celebrating their birthday. Yeah, it's late, but they get this card, and these are all ages of people. Now they're taking the picture of this card and they're posting it on Facebook, and they're taking a picture of them holding the card I sent them. You know, and it's worth its weight in gold just to be able to do that to somebody. You know, so and I can talk. I've been doing this almost 6 years, so I get stories, I get calls all the time. People post some comments on Facebook and other social medias that, hey, thank you for the card. I appreciate you thinking. You know,
keeps the customer as well. I mean, you in the forefront of their mind, allows you to share in some of their experiences. You know, I've seen you successfully with Facebook, but gosh, you know, people can also use it for when people post different things on LinkedIn, or somebody has an exciting accomplishment or something along those lines, just to say, hey, good job, thinking about it. And just the response, I mean,
it's unlimited. Sure, and I've had you know, family members that they maybe haven't spoken to their family or a friend. You know, maybe they got in some kind of a debate for whatever reason, and they've got this grudge against one another. And I've known people to send a card and put a personal message in there and bring that bonding back together. You know, because you know, sometimes we get upset for reasons that really it's just ego gets in the way, and we don't talk to that person for years at a time. And I've heard of people sending a card with a personal message in there, and them picking up the phone and talking to them, and they're getting back together again. And that's powerful, you know. And with customers, you're showing appreciation by just letting them know you're out there. And when you do that, on the back of the card, you have your branding on the back of the card. So you're just out there reaching in and touching base with them on an ongoing basis. And you can automate the system. You can set up 5 cards to go out all year. You click once, and all those cards will go out based on the dates you want them to go out. And you're done. So it's a simple system. You can send 1 or 2 cards, or you can send hundreds of cards in less than minutes.
I love it. I love it. Tying into the importance also, I think I'm just freshly thinking about reviews, because I've been coaching a lot of clients on that. And this would be a great way to ask for that, you know, and it can, like you said, you know, you can take a picture of them or their engagement or that and say, hey, really enjoyed you. If you wouldn't mind leaving a review. Don't be obnoxious about it, but it's a nice, polite way to ask.
Yeah. But yeah, just the fact that you sent them a thank you card for doing business with them, and they received that. Well, maybe you can ask for their birthday month. You don't have to ask what year. When's your birthday month? They may say, well, why? What do you want that for? Well, I like to celebrate people's birthday. Well, now you send them a birthday card. Well, it could be 45 days from when you first made contact. Well, now they've received 2 cards from you. You think they're going to forget you, you know, because you're just showing appreciation to them. And you may be the only person to send them a birthday card.
It stands out. That's the thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It stands out. And people, you know, people, they're still doing direct mail and mailers, and I know that works when used effectively, but by and large, mail ain't coming. It's all in the inbox. You want to stand out, here's a great way to do it.
Correct.
Let's take a little bit of time here. And, well, last piece I want to say, first of all, about nurture is there's a component of repeated touches. So when you said that you can pre-schedule a series of follow-ups, a drip campaign, think of what you could hit different points or maybe different facets of the service that you offer. Maybe one of them being sent out could be a testimonial received from a high-profile customer. Drip, 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 drip. What eventually happens is that you're building up this goodwill, this trust, and at some point when they do have a need for your service, well, shoot, you know, you're going to stand out. You're going to be the one who stands out. So nurture does have that piece, and it sounds to me like you can do it manually, or you can set up a campaign at intervals. And I think that's just really a critical piece of nurture.
Very true. Yeah, that's it. And then if you get someone that has a bad review, send them a card. Send them a card, because no one's probably ever done that before. You know, because we get bad reviews.
Yes.
So send them a card and say, hey, I apologize for what took place. If there's anything I can do. And also too, not that you want to bribe the customer, we have a gift store. Brownies, gourmet treats, all types of things. But if you have that special customer, you can send them gifts as well, all in one location. So we have gift cards, Amazon gift cards, Visa, MasterCard, type of things, and all for all ages. So, but if you have a bad review, you send them a card.
Send them a card.
Build that relationship back up. Hey, we're only human. Well, we made a mistake. What can we do to help you?
And what happens when somebody leaves a bad review? Typically, and I tell my clients this, typically they just want to be heard. They feel somehow disrespected, and they want to be heard. And you can heal a lot of that hurt. Maybe if you've got a 1-star review, maybe it doesn't bring it up to 5-star, but going back, you smooth things over, they give you a 3 or a 4. And a lot of times they'll go in and they'll amend that review. Now, do it from the goodness of your heart with no expectations, but the byproduct can often be that you'll help remedy that situation, restore respect, and then they'll hopefully go and change that review to reflect the actions that you took.
Sure. Yeah. You have a much better shot at doing it, but that's what we should be doing anyway. But we live in such a fast-paced society right now. And so much has gone electronics, and when they receive something that's tangible touch in the real mail, it sets off the dopamines in the brain, that a good feeling, it touches their heart. Hey, we'll give them a second try.
And it gives you the opportunity to make it about them too, right? Most people send out mail and it's look at us, look at us, look at us. What I've seen in a lot of the cards that you send is they're all about the person you're sending it to, and that goes over pretty well.
Sure. Yeah. You don't forget. You just when you just reach out and show someone, hey, we're all human, and when you reach out and touch their soft side, and once you go from your thinking of here to your heart and touch someone, they're not going to forget you. And they may not need your service now, but maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, they're not going to forget what you did with them, and they're going to get back with you.
Or they could refer you to somebody and say, hey, these guys, these guys have been really good. And if their service is anything close to their follow-up and customer, follow-up, then how could they not be a good company? Let's take a look now. I think we're going to try and do, audience, bear with us. We're working with technology here. I am going to try to flip it over to you, make you the moderator so that you can show us your screen. Wowee. I am changing the host right now.
There we go.
Here to have blown anything up?
No. Get this out of here. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up and what I'm going to show, this can be done from your cell phone too. So
I keep forgetting that.
Because a lot of people, I ask you, what's the best way you would like to market your product or use this service, cell phone or computer? Can everyone see this?
No, we can see you. You got to flip the screen over to your desktop.
Okay, share. Let's see. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm going to open up my send out cards account, and you'll see in this, under the scene, see where it says there's holiday, thank you, well wishes. There's all different categories of cards. But I'm going to do a thank you card for Jason. So there's all these different cards that you can pick from. And when you see one that has a photo on the front of it, that means you can drop your own photo in the card.
Can I start with a complete blank?
Yeah, you can create your own cards. Yeah, you can right there in the center where it says build your own. I can click on that. I got vertical or horizontal. So
There we go.
So if I want to build a card, pick out what I want, customize it. They all default to a 2-panel card, which is what most cards are. You can see where it says next. Now I've got right in the center is a pink and there's a picture of a camera. So if I click on that, it's going to ask for a photo.
Hey, there's me and my mom.
Yep. I'll set up some photos for that. So here's a thank you, a card that I've created. If I want to drop in a photo, you see how easy, look how clear the pictures are.
I do. And hey, you know what, guys? You could have your designer create a graphic from your company or something along those lines that'll go on the cover of this. And, where else are you going to be able to order cards one at a time to be able to send out?
Right. So there's a layer to the right, just open it up. And right in the center of it, I'm going to put in a photo. Now let's see over to the left where it's shaded.
Yes.
I'm going to drop in 2 photos here. So let's just put you and your mom there. Click here.
There I am. There's me and the boys.
There's the boys. And I've already done a preset message in here.
Okay, you got all the formatting, left align,
And
center,
if I
right
want
align.
if you want to get creative, and if I want to change the background of that, instead of white, I can make it blue. Depends on how creative you want to be. If I want that writing to be white, if I choose to do that, if I want more of a signature, I want more of a signature, put my signature in there. And you can also have your own handwriting in these cards. We have a way to do that. Click on the back. This is the branding for the back. And it's a thank you card. And I have certain brandings made up. So there you have it. I'm just going to show you the card again. Here's the front of the card I created. Or you can choose from thousands of cards we already made up. And then the bottom right, it says save and send. And I'm going to put my address in. I'm not going to pull Jason's address up just for private.
Guys, I'm going to tell you. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to tell you, when I decided to get into this, I think the first thing that probably a lot of people do is you set up, you put in your parents' addresses, maybe your kids or grandkids, whatever the case may be. And then you start sending out to them, right? You practice on that level, and then you find out what this system can do. But when all is said and done, what is that price that I'm seeing right there, $1.75? Is that signed, sealed, delivered?
Well, no, I'm going to get into the pricing. Yeah, this is the price. There's different prices that you can get on these cards.
For the membership level you have, that's the cost.
Well, what I have, it's free for me, and I'll show you that in just a second. I pay a flat fee, and I can send unlimited cards anywhere in the world with postage. Let me repeat that. I can send unlimited individual heartfelt cards to Switzerland, Japan, with postage, and doesn't cost me any more. I pay $97 a month. And I can send unlimited single heartfelt cards anywhere around the world. Now, it's not for everybody, but what's nice with our subscriptions is you can start out at $17 a month, and the cards are $2.25 plus postage. But think about the quality of the card, the personality of the card, and you can send that. But what's nice about it is when you're on a subscription, you get a built-in CRM system. So everyone that you put in here, whether family or customers, they stay in the system, and you'll get reminders when it's time to send the card. And you can also group them together. You can take one group, let's say new clients, and put them in new client group 1. And let's say you want to send one card to 100 people in that group and drop their first name into the card to make it personal. Less than 5 minutes, you can send out 1,000 cards to a group of people once they're in the system. And it's quick. So, but you can change the dates here. There's a scheduled date that you can send, but right now we're going to say immediately. It's got my return address. I had recipient because I'm already in the system.
To help frame things for everybody, if you've been to the grocery store or at a Hallmark and gone to their card aisle, you're spending $6, $7, $8 for a card that has not been mailed yet and that you can't easily get out and really isn't that personal. So
Exactly.
I know that with your free membership, whereby you pay on a card by card basis, I want to say it was around $3.
Right. Yeah, it's $2.75 a card. If you're going to drop a photo in it, it's an extra $1. If you're going to create the card from scratch, it's an extra $1. But
Okay.
it's still under $5 paying a premium. The most, the most you're going to pay for the card is less than $5 if you want to do everything.
And you can do it as you're sitting on your sofa.
Yeah, or your cell phone. It's just see here now. I've clicked to hit send. See where it says the 175 is marked out and it says free.
Yes.
Because I'm on a flat subscription, and I pay one price, and I can sit here and send out as many cards as I want. So let me just show you something here. These are the different pricings that you can get. You can come in as a basic for free. It's $2.75 a card. You can get the enhanced, which is $17 a month, and the card's $2.25. And there's no charge to put in a photo or create your own card. But you also get that CRM, customer relationship manager system. But what's nice about these, Jason, you're not tied into any of these subscriptions. You can start out at 17 and find out that, I really I'm starting to use this system more. Let me move up to this card a day, which is $37, and it buys you 30 cards for that month, one a day.
Yeah.
You pay just the postage. And if you do this unlimited, the one here in the green, the far right, it's $97 a month, and you can sit there and send an unlimited amount of cards out. But let's say you do that and you find out, well, I'm not really utilizing this service, but I still like it. Let me move to the 37 or back to the 17. You don't lose your CRM contact manager system, but maybe your budget's not right. Maybe things change and you want to move around within it. You're not locked into it. And I also have a way that anyone that's listening to this, they're welcome to go to my website and send a free card on me anywhere in the world, someone they care about, just to try out the system. And that's just my, appreciation, thanking people for that.
Love it. I think it's fantastic. Again,
there's more I can get into with this, but I think that hopefully is enough to show people.
Yeah, sure the heck is. I think it, guys, I've used it. I do use it, and it is as easy as you're seeing. I never got a tutorial. I went in there and I just started picking and clicking and dragging and dropping, and then I had a card. And then prepare, especially if you're sending it to a family member, within a couple of days, you're going to get a call back.
Yeah. And the card delivered the very next day. So it takes 2 to 3 business days for them to arrive.
Yeah.
And like I said, we also have a gift store. If you have a special customer or a special occasion, we have all different types of gifts for all ages. So if you want one place to go to do your thank you, appreciation, birthday, celebrate your customers, here's a place you can do that.
I'm looking at these. Okay, we got some Father's Day, and we've got Did you say you have like Amazon or Starbucks gift cards?
Yeah, we have Starbucks. My computer's run a little slow today, but we have gift cards here.
All right. No problem there. It all runs faster once you're logged in directly, but that's
Correct.
you want to make an impact. I mean, my mom's always like, I like handmade cards. Well, this is not necessarily handmade, but it is custom and it is meaningful,
Want to
especially,
be,
you know. Um,
yeah, that's what it's about.
and with a membership, if ever you're stuck without a card for a situation, you just pop open your phone or your tablet or your computer and you got one. I think it's a great tool. I think it's a great tool for nurturing customer relationships, make you stand out. And when was the last
Yeah,
time anybody got a card?
yeah, yeah. Espe- Especially with what's going on around the world right now. You know, this is just a way to reach out in kindness to another human being. That what's in the last 2 to 3 months, what's been happening, you know, there's a different normal, new normal out there. We've heard that phrase. And,
Sure.
you know, as a business owner, what are you doing a little different than what you've done in the past? And this is a great tool to look into. And you get the subscription and you get stumped, you call and I'll walk you through the process. We can meet one-on-one and do some training that way. But there's tutorials within the system that show you how to do everything from your phone to drip campaigns and all that. So
Can you give us the name? Where do we
encourage
go?
people to look at it.
How do we sign up?
Use my name, jerrymeeks.com. It's JERRYMEEKS.com. And for the first 10 people that call me, you know, I'll give you my phone number. I'm going to give out a gift to the first 10 people. And my phone number is 941-320-6590. And the founder of the company, Cody Bateman, wrote a book. He's written 2 books. This is one of them. It's called The Power of Human Connection. And it's forwarded by Dr. Ivan Meisner, who is the founder of BNI. We've all heard of BNI. There's information that he's written about in this book. And I'm going to get, it's about 288 pages. And if you read the first 13 pages, you'll get a feel for what this book is all about. And for the first 10 people that send me a text message that you saw this interview, I'm going to send this book for free to you. And if anyone that signs up as a subscription, if you don't do the texting, if you sign up just to be a subscription from 17 up, I'm also going to send you one of these books. And in this book has got a lot of gold nuggets in here to help you with ideas on cementing that relationship, the power of human connection.
How can we reach you on the social media? We just look up Jerry Meeks.
Yeah. Just look up Jerry Meeks, and
Facebook.
That's the best way to do it. Or you call me, 941-320-6590, on my website. Send a free card. Try it out. But when you do the send a free card, it's going to show pricing along the way. When you get to the very last page, when you go to send it, it will say free.
Okay.
So as you go through it, it's going to have a price. It may say $75 or $1.75. Just ignore that. And it's 1 card per person. So if you've got a family, you've got 10 people in the family, they can all send a card. They just have to sign up separately. And we don't use any of your information. We don't sell your information, but it's just a tool, and you can send your first card for free to try it out. And then if you have any questions, call me. I'll walk you through it. Spend some time with you to make sure you really get the value of what this tool can offer you and your business. Whether it be personally, use it, because we need to send out heartfelt messages to the world. It's just going to make a change in your world. It's just going to change your heart. You touched on, when someone opens up that mailbox and they get a heartfelt card from you, thanking you, happy birthday, anniversary. It makes you as a sender a better person. It has me, I know.
I love what you do with Facebook. You see people posting really important moments of their lives, photos that are likely never, ever going to be printed. And so when one of those photos comes in the mail in the
Correct.
way of a card, you've memorialized it, you've made it tangible, and it's lasting at that point.
Sure.
So I just really like, I think that that's brilliant, brilliant. Jerry, thank you so much. You provided us.
What to add to that? What I oh,
Go ahead.
thank you. No, what I was going to say is that when I do these personal photos, the people that are on Facebook, they'll say something about that photo. I've been copy and pasting their words and sticking it in with the card as well. So it's their photo, their verbiage into the card, and they won't throw them away. And you just reach out.
Well, thank you.
But thanks again. Yeah, it was an honor. I appreciate your valuable time, Jason.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And guys,
my pleasure.
I can't stress enough. It is very affordable to send out cards. It's great if you're a business because you can get on one of their subscription plans, or even if you don't have a business, you can start sending out more cards, reaching out to people. It's personalized in a way that you don't get with those $6, $7, $8 cards. And you can do it from the comfort of your office or your home or your phone, so that when you say, oh gosh, in about half the time it would take you to go drive and get a card, you're gonna have a much better card and be able to send it. So it's just a great tool. Make sure, be nurturing your customers, nurturing those relationships with the people that you love around you and those people who help you out. And this is just a great way to do it. So thanks again, Jerry.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks.
All right. Have a great day.